Can I start, Brahmana?
Yes, yes, Nana, you can start.
Okay, thank you. Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrusham Tattvamasyadilakhyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Chaiva Tato Jayamudirayeet Adha Srimad Bhagavad Gita Adha Dashamodhyayaha Vibhuti Yogaha Arjuna Uvacha. Yeah, can you go to the 12th verse? Arjuna Uvacha Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Vibhum Ahustvam Rushaya Sarve Devarshir Naradastadha Asito Devalo Vyasaha Swayam Chaiva Bravishime Sarvametadrutam manye yanmam vadasi keshava nahi te bhagavan vyaktim vidurdevanadhanavaha swayamevatmanatmanam vetatvam purushottama bhuta bhavana bhutesha deva deva jagatpate vaktumarhasya sheshena Divyāhyatma vibhūtayaha yabhirvibhūtirbhirlokan imam stvam vyapya tishtasi katham vidyamaham yogin tvam sada parichintayan keshu keshu cha bhaveshu chintyosi bhagavan maya vistarenatmano yogam vibhutim cha janardana. Shift. Bhuya. No. Earlier one. Arjuna is not finished yet. Vistarena atmano yogam vibhutim cha janardana bhuya kathaya truptirhi शृण्वतो नास्ति मे मृतम् श्रीभगवानुवाच हन्त ते कथयिष्यामि दिव्याह्यात्मविभूतयः प्राधान्यतः कुरु श्रेष्ठ नास्यन्तो विस्तरस्य मे अहमात्मा गुडाकेशः सर्वभूताशयस्थितः अहमादिश्च मध्यं च भूतानामन्त एव च आदित्यानामहं विष्णुः ज्योतिषां रविरंशुमान् मरीचिर्मरुतामस्मि नक्षत्राणामहं शिशि वेदानां सामवेदोऽस्मि देवानामस्मि वासवः इन्द्रियाणां मनश्चास्मि भूतानामस्मि चेतना रुद्राणां शङ्करश्चास्मि वित्तेषु यक्षरक्षसां
Nana?
वద్దమ్మా పర్లేదు वसूनां पावकश्चास्मि मेरुशिखरिणामहम्. What happened was, I just about belched at that time. The earlier verse, 23, please. रुद्राणां शङ्करश्चास्मि वित्तेषो यक्षरक्षसां वसूनां पावकश्चास्मि मेरुशिखरिणामहं पुरोधसां च मुख्यं मां विद्धि पार्थ बृहस्पतिं सेनानीनामहं स्कन्दः सरसामस्मि सागरः महर्षीणां भृगुरहं गिरामस्म्यैकमक्षरम् यज्ञानां जपयज्ञोऽस्मि स्थावराणां हिमालयः अश्वत्थः सर्ववृक्षाणां देवर्षीणां च नारदः गन्धर्वाणां चित्ररथः सिद्धानां कपिलो मुनिः उच्चैश्रवसमश्वानां विद्धि माममृतोद्भवम् ऐरावतं गजेन्द्राणां नराणां च नराधिपम् आयुधानामहं वज्रं धेनूनामस्मि कामधुक् प्रजनश्चास्मि कन्दर्पः सर्पाणामस्मि वासुकिः अनन्तश्चास्मि नागानां वरुणो यादसामहं पितॄणामर्यमा चास्मि यमः संयमतामहम् प्रह्लादश्चास्मि दैत्यानां कालः कलयतामहं मृगाणां च मृगेन्द्रोऽहं वैनतेयश्च पक्षिणाम्. Can we get back to the 15th verse? Yeah, that's good. Thank you. So after Arjuna's entreaty is requesting Bhagavan to elaborate on his glories, vibhutis, Vistare Atma Yoganam, Vistare Atmano Yogam Vibhutim Cha Janardana, Bhuyaha Kathaya. Bhuyaha, again please narrate those. Bhuyaha Kathaya. Truptirhi Shrunvato Nasti Me Mrutam. This kind of Amrutamaya Vak, how much ever I listen to, I'm still not having any trupti. Shrunvato Nasti Me Amrutam. Then Bhagavan started what? Hantate katayishyatmi divyahyaatma vibhutayah pradhanyata kuru sreshta naskyanto vistarasya me. Yeah. Next one. Yeah. 17th. Correct. No, 18th. 17th. Arjuna. 18th. Vistarenatmana yoganam bhuya kadar. Okay. Bhagavan started from 19th. Okay. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Hantate katayishyami divyashatma vibhutayaha pradhanyata kuru sreshta naschyanto vistarasya me. Hantate katayishya. Okay. All right. Katayishyami. I shall narrate. Divyahi atma vibhutayaha. The divine glories of mine. Pradhanyata Kuru Sreshta. He Kuru Sreshta. He Arjuna. Pradhanyata Kuru Sreshta. In the order, in some importance order. Naschyanto Vistarasya me. There is no end to my set of glories. Naschyanto Vistarasya me. Then he starts. The Vibhuti Yoga actually starts from the next verse. Bhagavan keeps on narrating his glories. What are those glories? Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarvabhutashayastitaha Ahamadishya Madhyam cha Bhutanam Antayeva cha. Hey Gudakesha. Incidentally, this particular verse was very, very precious for Bhagavan Ramana. Ramana Maharshi has picked up this verse as the first of the 42 verses of the Gita that he has as though liked. There are a set of 42 verses. They are called together, all of them, Dvi Chatvarimshat. Dvi means two. Chatvarimshat means 40. Chatvarimshat perhaps may means 40. 40 plus 2. Dvi Chatvarimshat. In that, I believe this Ahamatma Gudakesha Sarvabhutashaya Stitaha Ahamadishya Madhyam cha Bhutanam Antayeva cha. Like Bhagavan is going to narrate his vibhutis, and his vibhutis are kind of narrated as though at random. At random, you will appreciate that when we go through the slokas. Why I said at random. Okay. Bhagavan Ramana also has picked up these 42 verses. Amongst them, I believe this verse was the first. And a number of other verses, 41 other verses, they have been kind of nominated by Bhagavan Ramana as very, very dear to him. Ahamatma Gudakesha Sarvabhutashaya Stitaha Ahamadishya Madhyam cha Bhutanam Antayeva cha. Incidentally, I happened to compile the Dvichatvarimshat, those 42 verses, and I have put them in some order, and I have culled out the Tatparya and the commentary also from Swamiji's Gita for home study, plus a little more which I have added. That compilation is with me. If any of you is interested, please let me know. I shall send it to Brahmara. She will transmit to you people. Ahamatma Gudakesha Sarvabhutashaya Stitaha Ahamadishya Madhyam cha Bhutanam Antayeva cha. Hey Gudakesha, hey master of sleep, hey Arjuna. Aham Atma, I am the self. I am the self. Sarvabhutashya Stitaha, and who resides in the hearts of all beings. What other greater proof than this you require that you are indeed Paramatma? What other greater proof? What other verifications are required? Bhagavan himself is saying, hey Jiva, I am you. Ahamatma Gudakesha Sarvabhutashaya Stitaha Aham Adishya Madhyam cha Bhutanam Antayeva cha. I am Adihi. Adihi means I am the very cause. I am the very causeless cause. I am the cause for which there is no cause. I am the causeless cause. And I am the nimitta and upadana karanam for the entire creation, of which you are a particle, you are a fragment, right? Ahamatmaha Gudakesha Sarvabhutashayasthitaha Aham Adishya Madhyam Cha Aham Adishya. I am the Nimitta Upadana Karanam. Madhyam Cha means, that is, in the middle means what? I am the sustainer for what all you desire. I am the sustainer. Madhyam Cha Bhutanam Antayeva Cha. I am also the Layakaraka. We say Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Brahma as the creator, Vishnu as the sustainer, and Ishvara as the Layakaraka. All those things are as though roles for the same person who is Ketaya. The same person Ketaya is talking now. Aham Adishya Madhyam Cha Bhutanam Antayeva Cha. I am all the three. I am all the three. Hey, master of the sleep, Arjuna, I am the self who resides in the hearts of all beings, and I am the cause of the creation, sustenance, and dissolution, I suppose. Can you please lift this? As I keep reading, kindly help me lift it. And resolution of all beings and things. See here, I'm the self residing in the hearts of all beings. Angushta matraha purushaha madhye atmani tishtati. This is the Kathopanishad Vakyam. Angushta matraha purushaha madhye atmani tishtati. The one who is of the parimana of Angushta. Angushta is what? Your thumb. Angutram. Angushta matra purushaha madhye atmani tishtati. Madhye atmani tishtati means that is in the buddhi. He is lodged in the buddhi. That is what Bhagavan also is saying. I am the self who resides in the hearts of all beings. Here the heart means not the beating heart. It is the thinking heart, which is the buddhi, right? Hearts of all beings. I am the cause of the creation, sustenance, and resolution of all beings. If this is good enough for us, we can close this chapter. Nothing more is required. I am the self who resides in the hearts of all beings, and am the cause of creation, sustenance, and resolution. Aham Adishya Madhyam Cha Bhutanam Antayeva Cha. Ahamatma Gudakeshaha Sarvabhutashayasthitaha. What other greater emphasis is necessary for us to appreciate that we are no different from Paramatma, and that should make us better and better people as we keep on thinking. Paramatma has never wronged anybody. Paramatma has been very, very compassionate. Can we not be like that? Paramatma never hated anybody. Paramatma excessively did not fall in love with anybody, right? Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshyosti na priya. Ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya mayite teshu chapyaham. Mayite, they are in me. Mayite, they are in me. Teshu chapi aham. I am also in them. That I am also in them is reconfirmed here in the form of Ahamatma Gudakesha. Right?
Nanaji, why is Arjuna called Gudakesha?
Gudakesha, because he is the one who has won over the urge for sleep. Whenever he wanted to postpone sleeping, he could, I believe. He is the master of the senses and the sleep.
Oh,
That is
thank
how
you.
he is considered the master of the sleep. In the Mahabharata war, in the Drona Parva, there was one day when they fight in the night also. They fight in the night also. And in that, Arjuna happened to suggest to the Pandava forces when they were fighting to the nail with the Kaurava forces. Kaurava forces means Duryodhana forces. Okay, because why I said Kaurava forces, why I kind of gave explanation is, these Arjuna's Pandavas are also Kauravas, really. They are Kuru Purushas. Their Vamshodharaka originally was Kuru, who has done a lot of yajnas, yagas, and in that yajna bhumi only these people are fighting. Dharma kshetre, Kuru kshetre, samaveta yuyutsavaha, mamakaha, pandavas cheva, kim akurvata sanjaya was the pradhama sloka. Unfortunately, it was given to Dhritarashtra to open the Gita. Okay. Now, master of sleep. Is that understood, madam? Master of sleep.
Yes, Nanaji, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm the self. This I tell you, this verse is, I would say it's a summum bonum of the Gita. It is a kind of essence of the Gita. No wonder that Bhagavan Ramana picked this up as the first of the verses which he liked in the Gita. I am Atma Gudakesha Sarvabhutashayastitaha Ahamadisya Madhyam cha Bhutanam Antayeva cha. All other slokas will be as though an appendages for this. Beautiful. Yeah, next verse, please. Yeah, thank you. Adityanamaham Vishnuhu Jyotisham Raviram Shuman Marichir Marutamasmi Nakshatranam Aham Shishi. Adityanam, amongst the Adityas, Aham Vishnuhu, I am Vishnu. Jyotisham, amongst the luminaries, that is in the night sky, whatever are the brilliant objects, okay, heavenly objects. Ravihi, Jyotisham, did I say at night? I am Vishnu. Jyotisham, amongst the not night sky, amongst the luminaries in the sky, sorry. That night sky will come for Shashi. Jyotisham, Ravihi, Amshuman. Amshuman means the one who has tremendous rays. He is the in the Aditya Hridayam, all these Amshuman, all these things, words will roll out. Amshuman, Jyotisham, Api, Raviram Shuman. Then Marutam, amongst the Maruts, Marichihi Aham. I am Marichi amongst the Maruts. We'll see what is that Maruts and all that. Then Marichi Asmi, Nakshatranam, amongst the luminaries seen at night. This is what I was trying to tell you regarding Jyotisham. At night, Aham Shashi, I am the moon. Amongst the luminaries in the night sky, I am the moon, no doubt, because that is the most brilliant object in the sky at night. The most brilliant object during the daytime is undoubtedly Ravi, and in whose presence the other luminaries, like the stars, will be as though silenced. Their brilliance is not available because the sun is the father of the solar system. Not only that, it is so very near the earth, and the stars are so far away. Though some of the stars may be 100 times, maybe 1,000 times, maybe 1,000,000 times more brilliant than the sun, even then they are so far away. They are some thousands of light years away. Light year, all of you must be knowing. Light year is light travels at the rate of 1,86,000 miles per second, I think. At the rate of 1,86,000 miles per second, that is the speed of light. And supposing that speed of light on a light ray, you are seated as though like an aeroplane. And if you keep on traveling to the nearest star, people say, the astronomers say, you will take 4.5 years to reach the nearest star. 4.5 years. And the distance to the star is considered as 4.5 light years. That is 4.5 years. Light keeps on traveling at the rate of 1,86,000 miles per second. And when it does that great distance to the nearest star, the light ray will take 4.5 years. That is the nearest star, if you are able to see at night, is 4.5 years away, 4.5 light years away. That means you do not really know whether the star is now there or it is extinct. You do not know, because what you are seeing is what was the star 4.5 years back. And it took that 4.5 years for the light from the star to travel and reach you, and you have picked up that star. So that star that you are seeing now is perhaps not there. That kind of a thing. That is for you to understand. Jyotisham, amongst the luminaries, Aham Ravihi, Amshuman, and Marutam, amongst the Maruts, Marichihi Aham, Nakshatranam Aham Shishi. Now, a few things here. This Marichi, we have said the same Marichi during what? The Saptarshis. He is different from the Marichi, who is the Saptarshi, and who is the father of Kashyapa Prajapati. That Marichi is different. These Maruts are 49 in number, I believe. Maruts are 49 in number. And the advent of these Maruts is very, very interesting. I suppose you do not mind some digression into some Mahabharata or Puranas. If that is unlikely to be of any help to you, I'll drop that. You decide, tell me.
I think we'll go, Nana. We'll go with the explanation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What happens is, Diti and Aditi are two of the 13 wives of Kashyapa Prajapati. Aditi has given birth to a number of Adityas. This Adityanam Aham Vishnuhu is mentioned, no? Adityanam means amongst the sons of Aditi, okay? Amongst the sons of Aditi. Why these are called Adityas, not Kashyapas? Because Kashyapas are the Danavas also, the Rakshasas, the Daityas, the Vainateyas, the Sarpas, okay, the Nagas, all those. So it is difficult to identify which mother they belong to. That is how this is classified like Adityas, that is sons born to Aditi. Adityanam Aham Vishnuhu. Vishnu, incidentally, is considered to be the youngest of the sons of Aditi. The sons of Aditi, there are 12, I believe, and they are all the Devas. The 12 are the names of them: Dhata, Mitra, Aryama, Rudra, Varuna, Surya, Bhaga, Vivaswan, Pusha, Savita, Twashta, and Vishnu. And this Vishnu is the youngest of the lot. Amongst them, amongst Adityas, I am Vishnuhu. Adityanam Aham Vishnuhu. Jyotisham Ravihi Amshuman. This Ravihi is not part of these 12 I have narrated. Whereas this Ravi is another name for perhaps Vivashwan or Surya. Both are mentioned in the list of 12, right? Now, these Maruts, Diti was keen on having a son who could defeat Indra and the rest of the gods. Indra and the rest of the gods are more like her sons only. They're all godly people, and they are the sons of his sister. Diti, Aditi, these are sisters born to Daksha Prajapati. But those are the infights between the wives of even Prajapatis, progenitors of the human race and the living beings race. That is how things are. If we do not take care, we also will be like that. So Diti one day requested Kashyapa Prajapati, hey, you know that all my sons are being killed away by the Devas. I want a son who can silence all of them, and especially who will be victorious against Indra. Then Kashyapa Prajapati says, so be it, but you have to undertake some vow. And the vow you will have to do for some 1,000 days. And without any impurity in your mind and impurity bahya. There should not be any impurity. Bahya abhyantara shuchihi eva. You have to undertake this vow. She says, okay. And Kashyapa Prajapati goes away. Indra comes to know this, that she has requested Kashyapa Prajapati for a son who will defeat him. So what he does, he goes and entreats Diti. Diti is like his own aunt, his maternal aunt, isn't it? His mother's sister. So he says, I'm going to be with you. I will do a lot of service. I will gather the flowers that you want for your puja every day. And I will see that you are not inconvenienced, that nobody will give any problem to you, that you need not face any obstacles. I will ensure that. She says, okay. She says, okay. And he keeps on serving her very, very carefully, very systematically, as though very lovingly. Then what happens? One day, one of these last few days, kind of, the last 100 days of her vow has come. And one such day, it was unfortunate that Diti errs, and that error has created impurity in her body. And Indra knows that. What he does, he enters her womb, and with the Vajrayudha, he cuts the womb into 7 pieces. Cuts the womb into 7 pieces, and each one of those pieces starts crying. When they start crying, Indra tells them, Maruta, Maruta, don't cry. And those 7 pieces, he further cuts them, each one of them, into 7 more. So 7 7's 49. These Maruts are 49. Amongst those 49, Marutam asmi Marichihi. Amongst the Maruts, I am the Marichi. That is the story regarding that. Adityanam aham Vishnuhu, Jyotisham Ravihi Amshuman, Marichir Marutam asmi, Nakshatranam aham Shishi.
Who is Indra's mother, Nana?
Indra's mother is Aditi.
So
Aditya.
Indra is one of the Adityas.
Yeah, Indra is one of the Adityas.
Okay. Okay. Because I
Okay.
don't remember you mentioning his name.
I did not mention, maybe the Dhata is himself. These people have got different kinds of sets of names.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Dhata. Mitra for instance. Shenno Mitra Shamvarunaha.
The name of the sun. Mitra.
Shenno Bhavatvaryama. Shenna Indro Bruhaspatihi. Shenno Vishnurukramaha. All these are Adityas. All these really.
Nanaji,
Varunaha, Aryama, Rudra, Indra.
Nanaji,
Uh-huh.
this Vishnu is the same Vishnu, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh amongst that?
I plead ignorance. I really don't know. Because I also went on thinking about it. I also went on looking for an answer. But in the Mahabharata, I could not get any particular chapter which provided my query. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, I'm not able to answer you, in any affirmative manner. Maybe so. Adityanam aham Vishnuhu. When Ketaya says that, it must be the Vaikuntha Vishnu. It must be. That is how I kind of concluded, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure. Right?
Thank you.
Okay. So amongst Adityas, I am Vishnu. Amongst the luminaries, the sun, the one who has the rays. Among the Maruts, I am Marichi. Why it is said the one who has the rays? For the moon, you don't say he has the rays. Nakshatranam aham Shishi was mentioned. Nakshatranam aham Shishi, Amshuman was not mentioned. Amshuman is the one who has rays. Moon does not have rays. It just about reflects whatever the sun rays are there and rest it as though absorbs. Right? So he is the one, Amshuman. Amshuman is the one who has rays, tremendous rays. Marutam Marishihi Ahamasmi Nakshatranam Aham Shishi Adityanam Aham Vishnuhu. I wanted to say something else in this connection. Adityanam Aham Vishnuhu Jyotisham Raviram Shuman Ravihi Amshuman. Jyotisham. Yeah. Here Jyotisham, this during the daytime in the sky, the most brilliant spectacle is the Pratyaksha Daivam Surya Deva. Yes or no? He is the Pratyaksha Daivam in the sense, without the sun, there is no life on the earth. Without the sun, the entire earth will be a ball of huge ice. And that kind of a climate does not support life. And all the oceans will be frozen. When the oceans are frozen, there will not be any clouds. When there are no clouds, there are no rains. When there are no rains, there are no plants, no food, no jiva can be sustained. That is how Jyotisham, that kind of a Jyoti, is the sun, Pratyaksha Daivam. Now, come to the 15th chapter, Purushottama Yoga. Kitapa says, Jyotisham api tad jyotihi tamasa paramuchyate. He says that in the 13th and 15th chapters also. Okay? We will see. These are wonderful chapters. Jyotisham api tat jyotihi tamasaha paramuchyate. We'll see. Among the Adityas, it is how. Now, Vedanam Samavedos.
Normally, Nana, Nakshatranam, the normal understanding of nakshatra is star, isn't it? That is what we understand. But
True.
how is the moon given as nakshatra?
Because nakshatra, the other meaning for nakshatra is the the objects shining in the night sky. The objects shining in the night sky. And the most shine giver is indeed the moon, notwithstanding its phases. That is how nakshatranam. Nakshatra should not be taken literally as what we understand. Nakshatra is the star. The stars are, some stars are very huge, I believe, very vast, so vast that they can accommodate maybe thousands of suns in their belly, brilliance wise, and the expanse wise. Those nakshatras. That's not the meaning. Nakshatra amongst the night sky luminaries, amongst the luminaries seen at night, amongst the objects which throw light at night. Aham Shishi, I am the moon. Right?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Among the Adityas, okay. Oh, now Vedanam Samavedosmi, Devanam Asmi Vasavaha, Indriyanam Manasyasmi, Bhutanam Asmi Chetana, Vedanam Samavedosmi. I am amongst the Vedas. I am the Samaveda. Samaveda is given to a lot of singing kind of. Okay. I'm trying to pick up a mantra from the Taittiriya Upanishad, which had the Samaveda portion. I'm not getting, yeah. Vedanam Samavedosmi, Devanam Asmi Vasavaha. Amongst the Vedas, I am the Samaveda. What are the other Vedas? Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Atharva Veda. Okay? Devanam Asmi Vasavaha. Amongst the deities, amongst the gods, I am Vasavaha. This Vasavaha is another name for Indra. Devanam Asmi Vasavaha. Indriyanam Manaschasmi. Amongst the Indriyas, I am the very mind. Bhutanam Asmi Chetana. And I am the Buddhi. You can say Chetana means you can even say Prana. Bhutanam Asmi Chetana. That because of which any kind of awareness is possible. That you are aware that the mind is a fickle object in your system. That you are aware. That awareness is because of the Chetana. Amongst the Vedas, I am the Samaveda. Amongst the gods, I am Indra. Amongst the sense organs, I am the mind. And the embodied beings, I am the faculty of cognition. Cognition is a kind of knowledge-based thing. That is why I said Buddhi. Okay? That's how. Okay? Now Vedanam, all these Pratipadarthas. Vasavaha aham asmi, I am Indra. Indriyanam amongst the sense organs, Manaha asmi. Bhutanam cha, and amongst the embodied beings. Embodied beings what? You are a jiva, you are a being, I am a jiva, I am a being. We are covered up by the body. What kind of a sloka is that in the second chapter? Vasam sijirnani yatha vihaya navani grunhati naro parani. That naraha, he is the embodied soul. And the embodied beings, Chetanam aham asmi, amongst the Vedas, etc. And amongst the embodied beings and the faculty of cognition. Without the faculty of cognition, no matter what urge you may have to acquire what other knowledge, nothing will be possible. You can't even name a flower in your own garden. Their cognition will be absent because of the Chetana. And I am the Chetana. Bhutanam asmi Chetana. And when the prana departs, the Chetana as though has gone. And what remains is what? The Sthola Shariram without the Chetana. And the Sthola Shariram you can't get any response. No response whatever. Whatever response that is possible is the Stola Shariram keeps on getting deteriorated, and in a day's time it starts smelling foul. That is the only capacity the Stola Shariram has got. When the prana departs, the cognition gone away, you are just a corpse. And the embodied beings are in the faculty of cognition. And as long as that Chetana is there, you are aware of so many things, and you are capable of acquiring so many things, including a lot of knowledge, including Vedanta, Paribhasha, including who indeed you are while living here.
Nana, I have one question. So when person dies, what happens to Atma then? Atma doesn't have birth or death. So what happens to it?
Atma does not die.
Yeah.
Najayate, namriyate. It is like Atma. I can give you an example. Okay, you have in your house a lot of incandescent lamps, suppose. Okay, and you switch on the lamp, glows and gives you a lot of light. But one of those lamps has fused. When it has fused, is electricity there or
yes.
no? Electricity
is still there. Yeah.
Electricity is there, no? Only thing is the capacity for electricity to be manifested, that was given to the bulb. The bulb has fused.
Right.
And you replace that bulb with another live bulb. What happens? You will rediscover the presence of electricity. Atma, I've given you an example only. Atma is like that. It cannot go anywhere. If Atma indeed has gone away, what Paramatma has been saying throughout the Gita will become what? False.
Yeah, yeah.
It will become false. Vasanad Vasudevasya Vasitam Bhavanatrayam Sarva Lokanivasusi Vasudeva Namostute Tad Vasudeva Ishavasyam Ishavasyam. Yeah, can we do without those noises? Ishavasyam idagum sarvam. Ishavasyam idagum sarvam. And Bhagavan himself in the 7th chapter said what? Mattaha parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. There is nothing devoid of me. Devoid of me includes even the corpse. Even in the corpse he is there, but the corpse does not have the capacity to manifest him. The Chetana is gone. Right?
Yeah.
Is that okay for you, madam?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, Rudranam Shankarashyasmi, Viteshu Yaksharakshasam, Vasunam Pavakasyasmi, Meru Shikharinamaham. Can whoever is controlling this, can you shift, please? As I keep reading, when you have come to the end.
Yeah, Nana, give me a minute, Nana, 1 second.
Yeah. Rudranam Shankarasyasmi Vittesho Yaksharakshasam Vasunam Pavakasyasmi Meru Shikharinamaham. Oh, some problem?
It'll take me a minute or so. You can continue. I will share.
Okay. Rudranam Shankarasyasmi Vittesho Yaksharakshasam Vasunam Pavakaschasmi Meruhu Shikarinamaham. Rudranam amongst the Rudras, I am Shankaraha. Shankaraha. Shankaraha means Shem Karoti iti Shankaraha. Shem is Mangalam, auspiciousness. That deity, Shankara, who bestows auspiciousness, he is called Shankara. Rudranam Shankarasya. There are 11 Rudras. We will like the 12 Adityas. Okay? Dvadasha Adityas, Ekadasha Rudras. Amongst the Ekadasha Rudras, I am Shankara. Vittesho. Vitta means what? Wealth. Vitta is wealth. Vittesho, the lord of the wealth. That is, the finance minister of the Devas is Kubera. Vittesho Yaksha Rakshasam. He is an Yaksha. He is a Rakshasa also. And amongst the Yakshas and Rakshasas, I am Vitteshaha. Vitteshaha is Kubera. Kubera is also the elder brother of Ravana. And Kubera also is a great Bhakta of Ishvara. That is why he was allowed to be in the northeast, where Ishvara has taken his abode. Right. Rudranam Shankaraschasmi Vittesho Yaksha Rakshasam Vasunam Pavakaschasmi. Amongst the Vasus, I am Pavakaha. Pavakaha means the fire god. Meruhu Shikarinamaham. I am the Meru amongst the peaked mountains. Shikarinamaham. I am Meruhu. Meru may be Mount Everest. I'm not quite sure. Incidentally, I wanted to tell you earlier, in the Dwadashadityas, there was a name of Aryama. And this Aryama name also occurs amongst the Piturs. Bhagavan himself will say, Pitrunam Aryama Chasmi. I am not sure whether this Aryama and that Aryama are the same or they are different. I'm not sure. Okay. Rudranam Shankaraschasmi. Ekadasha Rudras. And who are those? What are those names of Ekadasha Rudras? They are called Aja, Ekapada, Ahirbudhya, Twashta, Rudra, and this Twashta is mentioned in the Dwadashadityas also. Whether these two are same, I don't know. Twashta, Rudra, Hara, Shambhu, Trayambaka, then Aparajita, Ishana, Tribhuvana. Amongst these, Shankara is not mentioned, but Shankara can be equated to Shambhu. Shem karoti iti Shankaraha. Shem, Shambhu. Bhagavan, who gives Shem. Shem is Mangalam and Sukhapradam, that kind of a thing. These are the 11 Rudras. Amongst them, I am Shankaraha. And
But Nana, who are Rudras? How do they?
who?
Are they also born to Kashyapa?
They are also born to no. Both Mahabharata and the Bhagavata Purana, if I am not mistaken, they mention that these Ekadasha Rudras were created by Brahmadeva, created Brahma. Brahma Manasa Putras. These Ekadasha Rudras.
Okay.
Okay? They are not Diti or Aditi Putras, no. They are the progeny of direct creator Brahma. Rudranam Shankaraschasmi. Vittesho Yaksha Rakshasam. Incidentally, Rudranam Shankaraschasmi. This in Varanasi, who is there? What is the deity? Who is the deity?
Kala Bhairava?
No. Kala Bhairava is
Vishwana.
ah,
Kashi Vishwana.
Vishwanath, yeah.
Vishwanath, Ishvara, Vishwanath. That Vishwanath, in one form of this 11, I don't know which particular name, maybe Rudra. That Rudra, he has 5 heads of his own. 5 heads. One head which is looking at the top, and 4 others looking at each quarter. One day he happened to see Creator Brahma, I believe, who also at that time had 5 heads. And this Rudra got annoyed with Brahmadeva. He cut off the top head, and the top head got nicely attached to his back, and the head does not leave him. It is Brahmahatya dosham. You have done away with one of the heads of Creator Brahma. So this Rudra or whoever, whatever the name, Shankara or whatever, that one of the Ekadash Rudras, he keeps on going to different tirthas to get rid of the head of Brahmadeva, which got attached to his back without any success. Finally, when he goes to Varanasi, that head drops, I believe. Okay, that is when he has taken up residence there, and he has become Vishwanatha. Okay, that's a story in both the Bhagavatam and the Mahabharatam. But Shiva Puranam does not talk of that. Shiva Puranam does not talk of this. Shiva Puranam tries to all the time glorify Shiva differently. That is okay. That is how the Puranas are. No two Puranas agree totally on many issues. Okay, Vasunam Pavakasyasmi. These Vasus are how many? Vasus are 8.
8.
One of the Vasus was
Bhishma.
Bhishmacharya in his earlier incarnation. And the Vasus names are Dhara, Dhruva, Soma, Aha, Vayu, Agni, Pratyusha, and Prabhasa. This Bhishmacharya was Prabhasa in his earlier incarnation. How Bhishmacharya has taken birth is, these 8 Vasus, one day they were going to different places, sightseeing as though with their wives. And this last of these Vasus, Prabhasa, had a beautiful wife, I believe, and he was very loving to her, and she had an overpowering influence on him. And these people, they go through Vasishta's ashram. At that time, they see Nandini. And Nandini is the Kamadhenu's progeny. That Nandini also is capable of giving whatever you desire. And they come to know that this Prabhasa's wife had a friend in some other loka, and she was getting very, very old. She does not like to become old. So she begged the wife of this Prabhasa to please help her to get rid of the traces of old age. So this wife of Prabhasa requests Prabhasa, hey, we will take this Nandini away. I want to give this Nandini to my friend, and drinking whose milk, Nandini will be ever young, always young, and old age does not touch her. Then the rest of the 7 Vasus, they try to prevail on Prabhasa without success. So Prabhasa and his wife, together with the other 7 Vasus, they take away Nandini and go away. When this happens, Vasishta comes to know and he curses all the Vasus. You take birth in the Bhuloka. You have to spend a lot of time in Bhuloka. That is when they happen to request Mata Ganga Mata to please help her out. And she says, yes, I will help you. Don't you worry. And she marries Santanu. And before marriage, she puts a condition. I agree to marry you, provided you do not object to whatever I do. Nor do you say anything rash to me. You shall not rebuke me. You should not halt me in my endeavors, whatever I do. Shantanu says, okay, because she was a very beautiful looking deity. And 7 sons are born. And immediately after the birth of the sons, each one of them is earlier Vasu. She simply drowns them in Mother Ganges. Mother Ganges is there separately to this mother who is the wife of Shantanu. This is how beautiful stories go on. And I tell you, Mahabharata is full of such stories. You will come across in Mahabharata, even worms keep on talking. Okay? The Jalacharas keep on talking. The Kecharas keep on talking. Kechara means the Pakshis, the birds. And the Jantus keep on talking. The 4-legged animals, they keep on conversing with you. All those things are beautifully depicted by Vyasa Bhagavan. And Vyasa Bhagavan himself gives one episode in Mahabharata wherein he comes across a small worm and hurriedly crossing a road. Then he happens to ask that worm, why are you in such a great hurry? Then she will give him as though a big lesson. Hey, don't you know, Bhagavan Krishna has said what? I am what? I am the very Jivatvam in beings. I am the Jiva. I do not want to be crushed by the yonder chariot the sound of which I can hear. So I am running away from the dangerous road area to the edge of the road. And that's a beautiful dialogue between Vyasa Bhagavan and that worm. Now I think we have gone away, some 3 minutes away. Rudranam Shankarasyasmi, Vittesho Yaksharakshasam Vasunam Pavakasyasmi, Meruhu Shikharinamaham. Entire Vibhuti Yoga, you will have these kind of Pauranic lore coming in, either Pauranic lore or Itihasa lore. Itihasas are 2 for us. One is Ramayana and the other is Mahabharata. We will recover this ground tomorrow, okay? Remember 23rd verse. Hari Om, Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti 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 He. Hari Om.
Thank you, Nana.
Meet tomorrow.
Thank you
Hari
so
Om.
much.
Dhanyavad, Nana ji.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Thank you so much.